What's going on? Welcome to another Hustler Kung Fu live stream. Today we're going to talk about the government is going to send you a check for $1,000. Amazon has stopped shipments, and Uber is slow. This is one of the principal reasons that you should be on your hustle right now. If this is your first time here, this is Glendon Cameron, your hustling godfather. What we do here is we start businesses, we start side hustles, we start businesses, we create additional income. So, what I want you to do, and if you are interested, I just started my YouTube course, How to Make Money on YouTube, How to Sell and Market on YouTube. The link is below. It's going to take you many weeks if you want to start a YouTube channel. Let me go ahead and explain it to you. Now, this YouTube channel I started in 2009, and I worked on it 6 months before I made any money. And what I've come to learn was that was remarkably fast. So, once again, if you're interested in starting a YouTube channel, you want to start it correctly, you want to get this additional income sometime this year, go ahead and enroll in the course. You can get the whole how to make money package, or you can spend the $2,000 to get into the YouTube course. And right now, section one is done. In section one, let me tell you, it's literally going to take you a few weeks to do properly, because this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing it properly. We're going to be doing it diligently, because research into your YouTube channel is paramount. Research, and planning. This is why some YouTube channels languish. They're 5 or 6 years old. They're kind of just doing stuff. And then this is why some YouTube channels, boom, take off like a rocket. So, with that, let's get into the show. Hold on. Because I got a lot to talk about tonight, because it's kind of crazy that our government is going to start sending out checks. This is real. This is not a joke. I mean, they actually did a press conference on it, and this is part of $1 trillion stimulus package. $1 trillion stimulus package. They're going to, I mean, seriously, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to get a check. I don't think that I'm going to get a check, but this is serious talks. They're really working it out. And the goal is to do this within the next 2 weeks. And I'm going to tell you why I think they're doing this, because this happened today. I was out and about because I go out every day, and this is happening. I don't know if you can see that, but I posted it on my Facebook page. But let me go ahead and read it. Due to the blank, because if you say it, YouTube demonetizes the video. We're temporarily closed for 2 weeks. Sorry for the inconvenience. So businesses left and right are shutting down. And this is something that I witnessed in my neighborhood. Like, it is pretty warm today, and everybody's home. People are walking and walking the dog. I mean, I've just never seen this many people at home, because they're not at work. They're out walking and enjoying the sunshine. But once again, the goal is to send out every American, except for millionaires, because they're not trying to give rich people, because I don't know how they're going to distribute this. I don't know how they're going to set it up. But the goal is to send everyone $1,000 check to stimulate the economy. I mean, these are strange times we live in, my friends. What's up, people? What's up? AJ, I love that. They cutting those checks, man. Some might get more than others. Life for business. I'm putting their money in my savings account. Where are they getting the money from? They run the printing presses. They just literally go start printing money. The Fed Sunday decided to do a $700 billion stimulus package. They'll just print up more money. That's all they'll do. Marcus Thesis used to check this fun side hustle. I need checks off work 6 weeks. Sorry to hear that, DJ. What's up, AKW Beats? Guys know pretty much he trying to buy the presidency. Someone say you got to make under 75K to get it. Well, I ain't getting it. I didn't expect I was going to get a check. It's going to be a one-time amount. He buying some summer clothes with that. Oh, man. Pretty much AKW Beats. Engineer life schools. What's up, Arden? Oh, the corona scares got your part-time shut down. This is one of the things. If you've noticed that Trump has totally changed his tune, someone sitting down is like, "Look, Donald, this is real." I got a video on the community page. Check it out. This guy's talking about this thing because this recession is going to be worse than what happened in 2008. It's going to be much worse. Mike Hill, hey. Mike from Non-Human under 75K. What's up, GJ Slink? Derek Mosley. This is kind of like a preset for basic income because I'm gonna say something in a minute. Yes, Trump has totally changed his tune. Every time Trump does a conference, he sounds presidential. He's calm, he's sober. None of this shooting from the hip, insulting people, being the Donald that we all know is that's a clown. All right, Arden, do your thing, man. Do your thing. I know you're saving that money. Get ready, stay ready. I mean, yeah, someone definitely set him down. Oh, charlatan, that's funny. Oh yeah, he's changed because I think some people put him in the room and they like, look, if you want a shot at being president for your second term, you need to calm all of the BS down and you need to start acting like the president that these people can have faith and confidence in. And right now, I mean, he's on the 180. This ain't the Donald Trump that I've been watching for the last 3.5 years. This is a new Donald Trump. And Steve Mitchin, it was like they've been pushing this, and it was I think Mitch Romney talked about sending out $1,000 because here's the issue with all of these businesses closing, like Arden, like people in the chat, it's like Arden's second gig, they sent him home. Oh, Amazon. Oh, like I said, I'm gonna talk about that in a minute because I'm getting ready to clown. I am getting ready to clown, but we're gonna stay on this $1,000 check for every American. Let's see what you get 1,000 check from the government. The situation that we have. Romney proposes giving 1,000 every day to say response to this. I mean, this is real. They're talking about giving people $1,000, and I'm gonna tell you why. Uh, I go out every day, and I live in a wealthy part of town. I live a privileged life. I live a life of luxury. I have many perks that most people don't have, and I have noticed that there are like stores are shut down. Essentially, money is not moving. Money is not moving right now. One of the things that is happening is we're having this situation where Money has stopped moving. In a consumer based economy like ours, that is like your engine. You rolling down the highway doing 75 miles an hour, your engine cuts off. Your power steering locks up. This is where we're heading. And it's the same thing. The economy was in motion. Now, we got a lot of people shutting off the engine in the middle of the highway. And all of these people are losing money. We're talking trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars being lost every day. At some point, and once again, because the people up in Washington, they're like, okay, this is going to be crazy if we don't do something. Because if you are working at Apple, you're working at Facebook, you're doing code, you can work from home, you good. But what about if your name is Ronald and you work at McDonald's? What about if your name is Ann and you work at the grocery store? What about your name is Jim and you were already struggling? And now your job told you got to stay home for 2 weeks and you already behind on your bills. There are going to be some people who are going to have some tragic hardships that are coming. Went to the gun shop. They limit bullets to 2 boxes and 2 guns per day. Hey, Joe M. Very glad to hear that because Airbnb CEO has been giving full refunds to our guests that cancel their reservations, and we have hosts that have mortgages are screwed. Once again, in a few months, there's going to be a lot of Airbnb properties on the market because the owners are in a bad, pretty much what Joe M said, they screwed. You know, this whole thing has caught a lot of people with their pants down. And I was almost one of those Airbnb people. Steve Jameson, that's funny. He's a clone. Foxy Girl, we were sent home to work from home until April 1st. We normally work from home 10 days a year. That's funny. LVMCD. Chris Allen, I think now's the time to put the pieces together to build a business so that we can come out of like this, like the phoenix from the ashes. Once again, like I said, below this stream, I have a bunch of courses. I've lowered the prices. Some of these courses are $99. So you can start skilling up because I started this business during the last recession. If you, once again, I'm going to give you the blueprint. You need to be debt free. If you have a lot of debt, you can't make moves. That debt's going to weigh you down. That debt's going to suck up all your money. Also, be sure to check out Savage Finance tomorrow because the video that's dropping is going to be, do you invest in a Roth IRA or do you invest in a traditional 401k? I break that down for you. Let's see. People in Florida don't even care, man. People in Florida are out here. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of those too. Like I've been violating Facebook terms of service. Bars and stuff are closed. All right, Patrick Cook, appreciate that. Well, they had no choice but to acknowledge the virus. This thing is for real. Good VAR, LVMC. They closed school for the rest of the year. Timmy 78, the bars and closed suspended for 30 days in Florida. Herbert Scott, that's crazy. I mean, 89 Dr. Funk, it looks like scenes around the country look like scenes from The Walking Dead. There's nobody in the street. I have a friend from New York was posting pictures. There ain't nobody walking the streets of New York. There's no traffic in the streets of New York. This is a scary thing. Mike Elliott, it's going to be a depression, not a recession. I think you might be right. Repo market not creating transactions. Essentially, the Fed cutting the rate in the 700 billion stimulus, it backfired. It didn't work. Short change, strip clubs ain't jumping. Thanks, Astra Jane. Loveless. Amazon did stop shipments. Amazon stopped receiving inbound shipments from its Amazon FBA vendors. They cannot ship their products in. Only things are essential things, people who are sitting in things essential. And they've stopped this for like, I think, 2 or 3 weeks. Engineering life skills. This is a fact. Every business is trying to convert online right now. They're going to see how much money they can save overhead. These jobs aren't coming back. Pretty much. Charlatan. I mean, this is real. They have no choice. They got to start acting right because Kevin Durant has it. So this thing is because look at Congress. What is Congress? Congress is a bunch of old people. They're the most vulnerable population to this thing. Patrick Cook, hey, they got to make that money. They got to make that money. I think that's coming. Priscilla, like I said, I've talked about people we're going to clown because we're about to have nationwide. They're not going to cut your water off. They're not going to cut your electric off. And if you can't pay your mortgage, you can't pay your rent. They're not going to evict you. They're not going to foreclose. We're coming very close to that. The chant, will they suspend child support? That's a good question. I don't really know about that. Well, you know what? They probably not going to put you in jail for child support because if you can't pay your rent, you can't pay your mortgage, you can't pay your child support. I'll be on the look on that. JB Well, thanks for the $50 super chat. Many large companies and federal agents are refusing to close down their biggest hubs of solar insurance action right now. They need to take this seriously. I work for the feds, and everyone is sitting around all day googling, googling, googling the situation. Well, a lot of these Chicago's closed down. I'm not surprised. I went to Costco today to get my medication, and the girl literally wiped down the credit card machine before I touched it. Everybody in Costco, like, oh, this is the thing. I should have filmed it because it was the they have you literally going through a maze because you got to go around here and go through this funnel to get in Costco. You just can't walk straight through the door. All of the Costco employees have on blue rubber gloves and they're wiping everything down. It's crazy. CIA, yeah, you in trouble. Peppermint tea. I'm a nurse. Agencies have been blowing up my phone, offering 4 to 6 thousand a week. Hey, if you're in healthcare, there is money to be made. If you are a nurse or allied health, if you work in the hospital, because this is what happened in China and this is what happened in Italy. The hospitals became overwhelmed. And in Italy, they started to have to make decisions on who they were going to treat because they were beyond capacity. And this is one of the reasons that they're taking all these prophylactic measures, shutting it down, having everybody stay at home, so this thing cannot catch fire in the United States. It's a little crazy. Like for me, I work from home. I'm always home. This is my normal. But for a lot of folks, a week or two, they're gonna start nutting up. I guarantee you, they're gonna start nutting up. John Doe, that's funny. That's hilarious. Oh, you brought him up. Let me show y'all something. This is hilarious. Check this out. This fool is trying to get in contact with me on Facebook. I don't want to talk to you. Stop emailing me. Stop messaging me. Stop stalking me. You stalker. You cannot be as successful as you claim to be because you got too much time. Wow, LVMCD. JC Sanchez, thanks for the $10 super chat. I think this thing is going to last to the end of summer. Like when Trump said July, August, he freaked out his base because they were like, it'll be over in a few weeks, it'll blow over in a month or so. Let's just say that we get a handle on this thing very quickly. It's going to take 3 to 6 months for the damage that's already happened to work its way through the system. I know, man. I know. This is wild because my internet be tripping. My internet be tripping. Internet be tripping. All right. So it's still good. So once again, like this real, the government, you may be getting a check from Uncle Sam in about 2 weeks. So let's talk about this Amazon thing because I'm ready to clown. How many years have I been talking about do not become dependent upon Amazon FBA? I've been saying this on this YouTube channel. I have several videos talking about no eBay, no Amazon, more money. And I talked about building real businesses. And right now, all Amazon FBA friends of mine are freaking out because many of them live paycheck to paycheck. Many of them that this is going to hurt because, I just found this out. I don't know if we got any people here who sell on Amazon, but there's this company called Payability. And essentially, if you are an Amazon seller, they will advance you your money. You don't have to wait 2 weeks to get paid because we're going to talk about this. So they'll just take 2 or 3% off the top and give you your money. And with this is insane. This is crazy. This is off the charts right now. What's going on with Amazon? Amazon is being hit. Shopify is being hit. Shopify drop shipping. And you still, if you're doing Shopify drop shipping and you have an American supplier, you might be good, but what everybody's shutting down. So you might be good for now, but how many of you can go a year without getting a check? How many of you can go a year without getting a check? And this is why they're doing the stimulus package, because they know people going to be hurting. And you know what? Remember when the government was shut down and all these government workers start running into problems around week 2? They know people going to be hurting. JC Sanchez, I really did. I've been trying to get people ready. Blake Riley, is it a good time to buy stocks? Once again, go ahead. Let me put this here. Go ahead and subscribe to Savage Finance. I'm going to start talking about investing and stuff. The video that's dropping tomorrow deals with, should you invest in a traditional 401k or a Roth IRA? There seems to be some confusion with that, and I give you some guidelines about that. Oh man, people are definitely living paycheck. Agent J Pool, people are hurting now. Saw the repo man with someone's pickup truck in a tow an hour ago. I wonder if they're going to suspend repos where they won't come take your stuff in the middle of the night. But back to the Amazon FBA. I have been bullying people. I've been talking smack about Amazon FBA for years. And here we are, because many of these people, and here's something else too. Before this happened, we were already slowing down. I know someone that drives for Uber, and they kept complaining how slow Uber had gotten. And Uber is like dead. Like right now, let me go ahead and pull up the Uber app. Let me see how many people out here trying to scratch up some money. Uber's community good life, safety and respect for all. We're committed along with millions of riders and drivers. All right. Flatten the curve. Travel only if necessary. If you must travel, please exercise caution for your safety and the safety of the community. There's one Uber driver out there. Normally, when I pull up the app, there's like 30 of them. There's one Uber driver out there trying to scratch up some money. Uber is taking it, all these Uber drivers out here are in trouble. Tracy Stevens, I know a lot of these cars have GPS on them. Mike Ellie, will the middle class suffer? Some people in the middle class. All right, short change. Middle class live paycheck to paycheck. Jay Fleming, yeah, I've been saying this for years, because all these folks who depend on it, because Chris Green, he did a live stream and he was trying to calm the base down because people are flipping out. Guy did this like, Amazon has suspended shipments. I'm not going to get paid for a few weeks. And then Chris, he was like, hey, they're not taking shipments, but you can still list yourself and you can fulfill it and do merchant fulfill. I was like, whoa, these folks ain't trying to hear that. They like to want to ship it off to Amazon and have Amazon blow it out. They're not trying to do any work. They're not trying. No. There's this saying, Dr. Tim Troyer one night said this saying, and it stuck with me for many years. Luxuries once tasted become necessities. And these folks they like flipping out. A lot of people are on the verge of getting their Amazon accounts canceled. And I'm just sitting here like, I told you, I told you. And when I was doing consulting, all I was doing was taking Amazon sellers and transitioning them into real businesses, because Amazon can shut you down overnight. eBay can shut you down overnight. If you have your own website, you have your own customers, you get the emails, you can market to these customers, you can do these type of things. You can't do this on Amazon. Shopify, to a degree, sister, your customers, you can do that. Lady came in to buy $2 on pump six for an SUV. Wow. Alpamac, everybody, unless you are an experienced day trader or rich, do not start buying stock. Hey, hey. I keep telling people, I'm on Lyft. There's all of one car working right now. JC Sanchez, I'm sitting on my cash right now because I'm waiting for this thing to shake out some more. I feel that it's going to get worse before it gets better. And if you've got money, wait until there's little blood in the streets, because I guarantee you a lot of these Airbnb magnates who bought all of these properties and were running Airbnb, they're getting hammered right now. All these folks, I know someone who has 6 Airbnb properties and they all have mortgages on them. And I text him and he said, bro, I'm freaking out. He has 6 mortgages, well, 7, including the mortgage on the house that he lives in. He's freaking out. He's like, everybody has canceled. His cash flow is to zero. And this is all he does. That's the only thing he does is Airbnb. This is why, if you have a job, you have an income, you start a side hustle, you keep your job. Because I was saying, man, he's like, but the money's so good, man. And he was chilling. He was home with his wife, with his little kid. Now he is freaking out. He is in full-fledged panic mode. Toilet paper. Timmy, I may go out this weekend, but I'm scared to drive. Oh, plenty more people going to lose their job. Kevin, he put out 3 videos in a row. Really? I only saw one. 6 cars in the whole city. Hey, because the Uber drivers, Uber was already slowing down, man. If you have a radio job, live stream, big fan base, or work for homes, you good on income? Could be. Once again, Amazon, I don't know why they're not accepting it. I didn't look at it. Classic Ride Society. When my husband drove Saturday with Lyft, he had to cancel because the rides were back to back and not a lot of drivers out there. Hey, let's see. Here in Chile, certified nurses are getting paid 3 times the going rate. Wow. I think the recession is going to be much worse than the last one. All right, 8 francs. Thank you, Ron Wills. Mark implants. I don't know how they're going to still send out these checks. Airbnb. I didn't know Chris Green had did 3 live videos today. I'm gonna have to go to his Facebook page and check him out. Pretty much, Airbnb is the only thing he's been doing for the last few years. Me and my wife and another partner wanted to buy another apartment during the last 6 months. Here's my advice: if you have cash, sit on your cash right now. Sit on your cash. Create a business, a service business. Do something to generate more cash. I would not buy real estate right now. I would not be buying stocks unless I was really young. I would be sitting on my cash because this thing has just started. It just started. And we're going to have a clearer picture of this in a month or so. Because one of the things that I want you guys to understand is this thing is going to be much deeper than people know. Merck Silker. I was a storage unit auction buyer that's back early now as I even heard of you. I will tell you the story. He needs to switch to assisted living for housing veterans. Like yesterday doesn't go under. I don't know, man, because his Airbnb. Well, here's the reason why I stopped talking about storage auctions. Remember how I keep always telling you guys, start a business that you love. Start doing something that you have high interest in that you want to do. And I used to love storage auctions. I used to love eBay. I went to eBay conferences. I was all crazy about it. And when I came here on YouTube, and because I experienced unprecedented success, I'm going to keep it a buck. I made way more money doing this than I ever did in the storage auction business. And I had people doing 3-hour hangouts discussing me. Well, he should be helping people for free. He shouldn't be making money. You know, he's so cocky. And essentially the jealousy, the pettiness. I had people coming on my channel. It's like, I ain't gonna buy your books, but I'm here for the free information, just completing other assholes. And I was just like, I'm sick of it. And I took my ball and I went home and I changed my content because I got sick of the idiots, of the little bitches, the little feminine men. Because I mean, seriously, there was one night and someone sent me a link. There was 12 of these guys. They were all haters. Some of these people I actually had to sue. I actually sent them lawsuits because, essentially, at the time I was just like, what it is. But, it was racism. I'm just keeping the buck. It was racism because I was a black guy and I was one of the founding fathers of the resale community on YouTube. And a lot of them couldn't deal with it. They was just like, no, 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 no. So that's why I got out of it. Gas prices are dropping. Your Turo rental car. Oh man, that's another group of people. There are people who've gone out and bought cars for Turo, and they were renting their cars on Turo. Oh, completely forgot about that. Timothy, real estate. Timothy 78 real estate was jumping last month. I told my knuckle husband to sell. He said no. Whoo. All right, your brass. Wayman Brown. That's why I believe in Glock. I've got 3 guns. I'm about to buy a shotgun. Don't forget to protect your homes, surely, because it gets bad enough, people will get desperate and theft and violence will go up. Pretty much. Most people don't even have a month of expenses saved up. Pretty much. I mean, this is why they're going to send out this. I think this is going to happen. I think they're really working on signing this $1 trillion stimulus package, sending every American a check. Good Lord, David. Some of these businesses, if they close, because say if it's a healthy business with a good balance sheet, they got profits, they got money in the bank, they can weather this. But if a business is literally hanging on for dear life being closed to 3 to 5 weeks may be the death for them. I'm not messing with no Hellcat. I don't care how cheap they get. Applepreneur. I have 12 cars on Turo. Wow. Agent J Pool. I mean, here I saw gas was $1.78 in Decatur. Omni and the Hellcat, he just bought a new Corvette, and that video is getting the most views out of his last few videos. He's stunned again. But once again, Uber, because if you watched one of my videos on Savage Finance, I talked about Ubering and stuff. And right now, trying to make extra money is going to be hard. People are not buying stuff on Craigslist. People are not buying stuff on Facebook Marketplace. Um, it's just, unless they absolutely need it. This is where we are. Unless you absolutely need it, people are not spending any money. This is the craziest thing. I mean, never in my lifetime did I think that the government was going to be sending out $1,000 checks. And here's the thing with that. If they do this and this happens, people are going to want it to happen again and again. Tyrese Ward, I am an anti-crypto person. I don't believe in cryptocurrency. I don't think you should put your money in it. Arden, I know those cars aren't being listed on Facebook Marketplace. Jason Clutchy, 1,300 CEOs have stepped down recently. Cleveland Smith, goodness. They're prepping everyone for universal basic income. Could be. Could be. It's space for me. Once this thing starts, once we get to, because we're still burning, the house is still on fire. And once we get these flames out, because I suspect in 2 to 3 weeks, we will start to see maybe some normalcy. It just depends upon how bad this stuff spreads. The American Republic will endure until Congress realize they can't bribe the people with their own money. Because that's that goes back to that question. Yeah, JC Sanchez, 1 to 2 years of you good. I don't think there's going to be any taxes on this, A Rush. I think it's just going to be a straight $1,000. Good silky touch aesthetics. Wow. No, this is just I'm just putting this out there because I just heard about it and they've been talking about it, and even Trump, Mnuchin, and Mitch Romney is the one that suggested this because they know from when the government shut down what happened to all these government employees, and they were like freaking out. And they're like, okay, we know what's going to happen if these people don't go to work for 2 to 3 weeks and don't get paid for 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to have anarchy on our hands. People were fighting in the store over toilet paper. You can't feed little JoJo. Little JoJo screaming his head off because he's hungry. You can't feed little JoJo. It's going to be crazy. In 2 weeks, things will get real ugly. Once again, I don't know anything about Bitcoin. I'm not buying Bitcoin. I recommend that you pass Bitcoin up. But remember, again, you keep your money in your pocket. Law determined. Thanks for the $10 super chat. Can you get the stimulus dollar if you live in a van? I don't really know about that. That's a good question. That's a real good question. JB Well, thanks for the $10 super chat. Hey, we're focused on the US. Does anyone realize the chaos this will cause in third world countries? This is something they've been talking about because they've been very worried about this thing taking hold in Africa with its fragile medical system. But literally, in third world countries where the people are already sick, they don't have the best immune systems, this thing will be just like the Spanish flu. It'll be just like the Spanish flu, which kills 20% of the world's population. And we will see, literally, you know, it would be very, very bad for it to be into Brazil. It'll be very bad if it gets to Africa because you're going to see millions of people die. And this is one of the things, and this is crazy, and I hate to be like quote a conspiracy theorist, but what if this was some man-made stuff that got loose? That would just be awful. Agent J Poole, this is what I'm talking about. They're pulling from the government shutdown playbook. They're like, okay, we've already been through this on a smaller level. We had all these government employees who were not getting paid, and we saw what happened. Now we have America at large not getting paid. Well, Power Achieve, I know he left Coinbase. I don't know if the RS is still holding on to people's refunds. I don't know about that. Good Lord. The reason being a group of us retire from our jobs and some of us tell them to think outside the box, downside, and move your investments around. I want him to pop right now while my white friends are gone. That's funny. Well, I think, everything that they're doing, they're keeping people away from each other, everyone's staying at home. Honestly, I just don't think it's going to get this bad in the US because they've taken all of these prophylactic measures of shutting schools down, shutting universities down, because essentially kids are nasty little boogers. Kids, I remember I was riding the bus and this kid turned around and sneezed on me. And later that day, my throat started scratching, and next day I had a cold. uh, Kids are germ carriers. I think it's for U.S. residents only. I know, King Nick. I keep telling them. Lance Brown, thanks for the $2 super chat. Hey, Rush, you good to go, man. Anyone that's in the medical community is good to go right now. I know Iris has it. JC Chan. Hey, once again, this is why I'm doing these live streams because when I was doing recession talks 2 years ago, I knew this was coming. And I said, get ready while you can. Jeremy, thanks for the $4 shoot super chat. The US Treasury is talking about 4% unemployment. JB, well, they're not going to do that. It's just not. 3 deaths in my county so far. So once again, this is what's going on. This is the state of our nation. And, you know, I want you to think of all of the Uber drivers who are not making money, all of the Amazon FBA people who are not making money. I want you to think of all the drop shippers who are not making money. Because one of the drop shippers, he's out in LA and he rented this house and he started saying, like, I got to cut my expenses. He is worried. He is worried because his income has gone down. And once again, I've been warning against these platform-based businesses. Like you go to Shopify, you start a drop shipping store. You need to learn how to run traffic. You need to run a real business. One of my clients started a drop shipping store and was selling a consumable, and people were constantly ordering. I think that website's doing like $4 million a year. And this is shop. It was based on Shopify. We built it on Shopify. We used Google AdWords to run traffic and was making sales every day. Built a real business. Oh, the layoffs are going to be massive. The layoffs are going to be massive. I don't think y'all are understanding. Many of these businesses were already in trouble and they were already teetering on the edge. All of these businesses that were in trouble, this is going to take them out. And then you're going to see massive layoffs across the board. You're going to see trucking companies, because once again, this is one of the reasons that I run my business debt free. I have no debt, and I am really glad at the moment I have no debt. I have no obligations. I'm sitting on a bunch of cash. I'm good to go. There are many businesses who literally 3 to 5 weeks of this, they're out of business. They're out of business because they don't have any money. And this is one of the reasons that, I know how to develop business credit, but, to be honest, I don't have a lot of business credit because my business doesn't require credit. I don't run my business on credit. And a lot of people who are running their business on credit are about to understand leverage, understand debt. Like my friend with the 6 Airbnb properties who's freaking out. He has no cash flow right now. And he doesn't have robust savings, because I was like, man, I told him, I said, the first year you should put all that Airbnb money in the bank and keep your job. He's like, nah, man, I ain't doing that. Timothy 78, there was an article that very few people in Miami make 100K a year. Very few. Most folks are balling out of control. The layoffs are going to be sick. Because go to my community page on this channel, and there's a video that you should watch, because this is the financial crisis of our lifetime. This will be worse than the 2008 recession, which primarily hit real estate. This is going to touch other sectors, and it is a recession coupled with a disease. This is unprecedented. We've never been through anything like this. And this is one of the reasons that I will give credit where credit due, that Trump is actually acting like a president now versus the clown he's been for the last 3.5 years. It's like, look, because when he said July, August, his base were like, what? Because a lot of people think that this is just a flu. This is just a cold. It's more than that. A large orthopedic surgery practice here already had so many cancellations. They told the staff they would be going from full time to shift work part time starting next week. I know, Kevin. Carlos, I have 1,300 construction workers on my job alone, and we're getting chopped little by little this week. 89 Dr. Funk, there's a very good possibility. Yeah, this is uncharted territory. I mean, I want you to think the government is thinking about sending. I mean, they're really working on this. They're planning this. Nancy Pelosi and Schumer and McConnell are trying to get together and work the stimulus package out to start sending out these checks. And it's funny because you're going to be because essentially what it is a debt upon your future. They're going to take money that they're going to get from you in the future and give it back to you now because it's going to be debt because we don't have the cash to give everyone $1,000. They're just going to print up some more debt, print up some more bonds. I mean, a lot of stuff's going to be shutting down. A lot of things are going to be shutting down. And once again, I want you guys to understand that hopefully you were watching the recession talk videos. Hopefully you took action. Hopefully you got your financial affairs in order because it's going to be really dicey and tricky for the unprepared. Now, for people who are prepared, for people who are set up, for people who you gonna make some money. You gonna make some money for the folks who are debt free, got cash, got good credit, got money in the bank. You about to come up this year because Chase Bank said the recession was going to be here by July. Let's just be real. The recession's already here. We're in a recession right now. Why? All of these businesses are shutting down. All these companies are sending their people home. We're in recessionary air right now. How to get a credit score, 800 credit score? Could be. It could be, man. He could be trying to buy his next 4 years in the office. Could be. All right, Art Austin, sell that fish, man. Rainy woman. I knew that was coming. These gyms are going to close down. JC Sanchez, what they're going to do if this thing goes the way I think it's going to go is they're going to suspend foreclosures. They're going to expend evictions. I mean, they've already been putting out, if you get behind on your rent, if you get behind on your mortgage, they're not going to kick you out. And they're going to let all of this pass. And then they're going to start addressing that on the back end. Essentially, people getting ready to clown because there's some people like, what do you mean? I don't pay my rent. They ain't kicking me out. I don't pay the utilities. They don't cut my utilities off. Big booty Betty. Big booty Betty. Come here, girl. Let me make it rain on you. Some folks gonna clown. Pretty much. Because like I said, Hassan Sealy, they got rest areas closing, truck stops. That's going to be very interesting because these trucks still got to roll. Trucks gonna still roll. The truck's gonna still roll. The truck still got to roll. All right, so that's all I got for you on the evening edition of Hustlers Kung Fu Live. If you want to be part of the YouTube course, the links below. Check out the courses below. Check out how to skill up. Once again, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.